Don't know what I got.
Today on Legends of Rod and Reel, we're off to the land of 10,000 lakes to chase after a fish that often takes 10,000 casts. Come along for the ride as we head to northern Minnesota and the home of a man called Musky Tom.
All who seek fish are not created equal. Some anglers who ply the waters possess a passion unbridled, with catching skills unmatched. With all fish, they see eye to eye. They are the legends of Rod and Reel.
So I get to look out in the big bay and see all the northwest winds coming.
They call him Musky Tom. Occupation, fishing guy. Life's quest, having fun.
I met John, he hired me one time and never went away.
Absolute obsession, chasing muskies.
All right, kick me away, boy. Is that fired up now?
One moment with Musky Tom and you already know, he marches to a different drum. He's cut from different cloth.
I gotta tell you, I don't care what anyone says. I am the most handsome muskie guy there is on this lake. Maybe the whole northeast Minnesota.
I think the guy can catch muskies in his bathtub. I don't know. He pulls up the spots that I can look at on a map and I can look at it, seeing it, but I don't see that it is anything that special. But he says it looks fishy, so we fish it. 9 times out of 10, he's right. Matter of fact, probably 99 times out of 100.
In some ways, Musky Tom and muskies may have been made for each other. No matter where muskies lurk, the fish swims in a sea of mystery and mystique.
I just love the big, nasty teeth and the big eyes. They're very powerful. They're killers, they're beautiful. They're just an eating machine.
One of the largest game fish in fresh water, muskies also are one of the most difficult to catch.
See, they got their own little deal. They just come up and they mess with you. I could use a better word, but just had to edit it anyway. Like if you fish sun up to sunset, you up your odds like anything. Come on, boy, where are you? Bait in the water more times, right place, right time. You get them.
Musky Tom's home water is here in northern Minnesota on Lake Vermilion, where muskies lurk amid the islands, rocks, and weed beds. The lake itself is near the heart of Minnesota's famed Iron Range, where mining was a way of life a half-century ago. The historic evidence still lingers, including Minnesota's Sudan Mine, now an underground state park. Truth is, long before there were iron mines in Minnesota, there were muskies, the fish of many casts.
What do they say, 10,000 casts? I don't know. You just go have fun.
Fact is, muskies don't strike as often as they follow.
There's one right behind the bait. Look at. See him? See him tear off? He's right here.
To understand what makes Musky Tom tick is to understand that just seeing a muskie follow your lure is, in the world of muskie fishing, a victory. And before you make another cast, you get muskie fever.
First muskie I actually caught ice fishing in Deer Lake in Wisconsin. It was a totally freak thing. Tip up went up, hit the fish, pull it out. Sure enough, there's a muskie on it. 36-inch fish, nothing giant, but it was the first muskie, and I remember it like it was yesterday. So you get kind of a fever wanting to learn more about them.
Musky Tom's muskie fever turned out to be good for what ailed him.
I was a warehouse manager and director for 16 years. And then one day they told us we were all going to be fired. Well, that's when I did the full-time guiding. I've been guiding muskies on this lake 11 years.
And for Musky Tom, magic happens when he's guiding.
Let that rod do the work, boss.
He's got some inches on him.
I knew there was another one over there. Come on. No, don't do that.
He's gonna be too deep.
Too deep.
Oh yeah! Thank you, bro. Hey. Landing assist by Musky Tom. Yeah!
Right on.
Coming up, more time with Musky Tom. Plus, will the muskie really drive you crazy?
Oh, you want to. Come on.
Legends of Rod and Reel is presented by Rapala, your best shot at a world record. Welcome back to Legends of Rod and Reel.
In the far north of Minnesota, there lives a musky fishing guide on a lake known as Vermilion. His name is Musky Tom. His office, a tiny island. Size, 1 acre. Really?
I always wanted an island. Never thought I would own one in reality.
And it's an island home shared with his wife, Bonnie,
Hey, boys.
and 4 golden retrievers.
They think I got roast beef or something. Hi, buddy.
If it takes a free spirit to be a musky guide, it helps to be in spirited surroundings.
Show you around, eh? Come on, boys.
It was time for an island tour.
It is just what it is, you know. Just the kind of place to hang out. Little shed back there with the biffy. This is one of them pine trees they give you at church, them little ones. And we lost one over there, so we grew this. This is about 7 years old. This is the support where I kind of operate out of. Get, go.
And oh my, what a porch it is.
But more than half of them I paint during the winter. I airbrush them up. Kind of give a little edge, something that other people don't have. Some wild, more contrasty stuff. Some bright, some dull. And these ones here I retired because they caught 50 inches or better. That's what's left of them. Creep, 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 creep. And they like to just blast them, you know.
Now every angler knows you can never have enough lures. Musky Tom has them all, but he also has favorites.
I'm a kind of a hair guy, you know. I like a lot of different bucktails. You know, I was regular hair and to mix up the colors simply. I like a lot of perchy looking stuff.
Tom's cabin retreat is like a dream come true. Whoever said no man is an island never met Musky Tom or explored his digs.
I don't know, it's just a small little place to rack out, you know. And it's made out of these are from the island itself. There ain't much for, you know, luxuries, but we like it that way because when you come up here, it's like camping, but you're not in a tent, basically.
Musky Tom began life in the real world with a real name, Tom Wehler, growing up in St. Paul, Minnesota.
My mom still tells the story of me, guys coming in after a morning of fishing with no fish, and I have a stringer of sunfish. And they wanted to know how I did that and such, but it's just a natural thing, I would say.
The boy eventually grew up, and so did his fish wish.
We wanted to fish northern pike. No, I wanted a 10-pound fish.
Then he heard about a fish called a muskie. It wasn't long. He was known by the name, Musky Tom.
Well, Bonnie, my wife, started all that some 11 years ago or so, and it just kind of hanged. And she just put it out there, and it went. She didn't by any means keep it going. And you can't really name yourself anything, or it'd be, you know, stud boy or something like that.
We purchased the resort and came up about 8 years ago, and Tom was the first muskie guide we laid eyes on. And we hadn't fished muskies, and when we met Musky Tom, we thought, we're walleye and bass people, and is everybody like Musky Tom?
There's that hump over there, you know, well, you know that.
He knows where they are. He's not afraid to tell you where they are, and he's pretty candid in terms of saying they're everywhere. The message I take away from him is that if you're out there at the right time, doesn't matter what you're throwing, doesn't matter that you're on only 1 or 2 spots on the lake, when the fish are going, get out there and fish, and quit talking about it, and you'll catch fish.
Away from the island, Musky Tom's hangout is a fishing store called Thorn Brothers. Located in the Twin Cities, Thorn Brothers is ground zero for muskie anglers searching for lures or making custom sticks.
One of the nicest guys I've ever met. Just very, very genuine, always wants to have a good time. So he's had all the big city life, now he's got the second half.
Wow, I like eagles.
Coming up, Musky Tom meets his muskie match. But first, secrets from a legend of rod and reel.
Okay, what we got here is a glide bait. And these are, they like to zigzag, zigzag. People like to run them zigzag, zigzag. And the fish see that all the time, quite often. So what you want to do is get an edge. And by snapping that rod tip, you can get it to roll up like this and kind of shimmy, roll up, and it throws all those colors in the fish's face. You just give it a pop with your rod tip, kind of hold it loose. And it lets that thing roll right over.
You're watching Legends of Rod and Reel.
Maybe we'll crack one.
Now back to the life and times of one of America's top muskie hunters.
Uh-oh, I feel some sun. Uh-oh. Woo! All right!
It's not easy being a muskie guide. The fish is as unpredictable as the weather. It's a challenge that doesn't bother Musky Tom.
Hey, there's your buddy Tom, right there.
Dude, how you doing?
Once again, Musky Tom and his friend John head into muskie country.
I gotta admit, and I'm not bragging here, it's just there's an uncanny thing. I know where they are. Why, I don't know. Maybe it's just a growing up around the water, and I don't know. Maybe I got some muskie in me. There you go, buddy.
There we go. Isn't that something?
Super job. And I don't know what makes it all come together like that, but
You bet.
there's something. Maybe it's spiritual. Maybe it's just right place, right time. I don't know. There's something. I don't know what, but jerking head there.
Suddenly, the spirit of something struck Tom's line.
A little heavy. Right? Big walleye, look at that. Holy crap. Look at that, John.
You want to net that thing? Look at that.
Jeez. That's a big walleye.
Yeah, it is. Smoked that thing, too.
Look at that. Let's see if I can get him up here. Look at that thing.
Need some pliers?
Yeah.
Nice fat walleye.
Look at that thing.
Some them guys, that's what they're looking for.
Holy crap, that's a nice one. Musky fishing, catch a giant walleye. Grab my camera there, will ya? Take a picture of that thing. I never caught one that big on a, that's a pretty big one. There we go. Yeah. And roll, little buddy. Get you in there. Well, that was that. See, he wasn't the worst for a wear, was he? A little wall of water in the face like that. A little slime there, and tune up the beard there. Now maybe we'll get the right fish.
A nice fish, yes, but no muskie. Tom decided to go back to the basics.
People say, where's the best spot? And I say it's where you're at right now. You just have to you kind of pick it apart a little bit. Throw 3 baits on one spot instead of hitting 10 spots. But hitting 10 spots can be good till you find active fish.
There's a fish.
Got him?
Yep.
All right. Crank down.
Ate it on a pause.
Yeah.
Don't know what it is. Look
Pike.
at
Nice pike.
that. Yeah.
Nice once again, but no muskie.
Gee, breaks the ice. Gets a slimy fish. Yeah, when you don't use them for a while, see, they get kind of rusty dust on them. So you just give them a little tune-up. Hopefully they go to the bone.
Is muskie fishing a love-hate relationship, or is it something else?
Some of them are just downright nasty, you know, and we get it on. I like the mean ones. And it's me against her or me against him. I don't get upset when I lose a fish or a blow up on top water, or one comes boat side and takes a blow, because I can come back later. That's round one, you won. The catching isn't the end of everything. It's everything leading up to and getting it in your hand. That's the whole circle of it.
Taking a break from the casting routine,
That's more of a red one.
Tom and his partner try trolling for the elusive fish.
I'll just shove her in there and lock it down. 18 feet, couple good arcs. I can find them, but today they just ain't eating.
Oh yeah.
Let that rod do the work.
He came up.
Coming up on Legends of Rod and Reel, a musky giant finds Musky Tom.
Nice. Look at that. How big?
Oh, that's 50.
But first, a fishing tip from the Legends tackle box.
This is just a little blue fox, number 6, double buck. And we added a little weight in the middle, just a pinch on sinker, you can see. And what we're talking about here is burning them. And you fire it out, let it sink a little bit. And what you want to do is just really reef on it. That weight keeps it down there. It gets that spinner spinning and vibrating and the hair pulsating. And you can't go fast enough. I mean, you can't go too fast for that fish. Well, if you mix it up a little fast, a little slow, blue fox bucktail, can't beat that. Dinner time.
Closed captioning is brought to you by Falcon Graphite Rods, made in the USA. Now back to more Legends of Rod and Reel.
The life and times of Musky Tom may look like fun,
It's a lot of work.
but don't ever think that casting for muskies is for the faint of heart.
Yeah, fishing's fishing. Don't know what I got. Snake, I think. Not a snake. It's pulling the boat. Well, he kind of blasted it. What we want would eat that. There we go. Thank you, friend.
Tom may have the title of Lord and CEO of his island home on Lake Vermilion in northern Minnesota, but the giant fish he seeks are never easy to catch. Never.
Come on, boy. Where are you? Rats.
No matter how good you are.
Well, sometimes it's a good, really good whack, and they erupt, make a big hole in the water. And other times, they come so fast, they'll kind of overrun it. They'll grab it and come forward, so you just feel a little tick. But you know it's not a weed. And then they feel that, and they go, oh no, that's not what I wanted. And then they go to turn, and that's when all hell breaks loose. Either way is exciting. Right at the boat is the most fun, though. And you just get them, and all you can do is tuck the rod under your arm and hope everything goes good.
Hope everything goes good? In reality, hope is all a musky guide has. Why? Because musky follows often tend to be false alarms.
Oh, look at that, John. Oh, Jesus. Holy lordy.
That was a big one.
That's a big one.
Yep.
He didn't eat it.
Yet, when the magic happens,
Good job, hook him good.
I got him.
there's nothing like it.
Let that rod do the work.
He came up. Yeah, tighten my drag a little bit.
One day on Vermilion, Musky Tom was guiding tackle maker Tom Mackin from Rapala Lures. In an instant, the mystique of muskies turned into a reality show.
All right, here we go. Look at that. Oh, he's nice. He's a nice fish, guys. He's a good one.
Well,
Look at that.
That's what we were on.
Look at that.
Come on up here, boss. The fish and location presentation, there's something to all that. Just let that rod do the work for you.
Yeah, I've been tightening my drag.
You got a nice fish. You know, you work a spot, you know it's fishy. You hit it at the prime times, you're gonna get bit.
He's nice. Look at that. How big?
Oh, that's 50.
Whoa.
Good job.
Fat fish.
Bring him
Fat
right
fish.
over. That's my thing with guiding. I like to teach people what I know.
I'll try to horse him over this way.
You got him, you got him. One more time and he's ours. Right.
He's really spinning, man. Whoa.
Don't snap him. Bring him over. Whoop. People wonder, do I show them my best spots? Of course I do, because I want you to go back and have the best time of your life. Bring him over.
Yeah, fish bowl. I'm open. I'm open.
Jesus. That's a nice one.
Musky
See what
Tom.
we're looking at.
Oh, we're 50 at least.
At least 50.
The 50-incher, released to fight again another day,
Right on.
Musky Tom chalked up another musky encounter on the winning side.
I love it. The trees, the fish, all the animals. I don't know, it does it for me. I just do what I do. I'm just a guy that likes to fish.